people need to realize that these are warnings. I mean, these are wake-up calls, folks. And you know what? We're sitting here for 2 hours tonight telling you to stock up, be prepared for shortages. And so, you know, people need to heed the words, the warnings, instead of waiting till the disaster strikes.
Well, one problem, Sherry, is that, you know, I do believe there were 2 rapture events, and Jesus will take his faithful Christians one day. But there's 2 points to that, and we talked about this before. The first point is, we don't know how bad things are going to get before Jesus comes for his faithful, right?
Exactly.
And the Baptists and these other liars, they have Christians so brainwashed that they're going to be raptured up into heaven at any second that they don't even need 1 extra can of food.
Yeah.
They're just sitting on a mushroom cloud waiting to be raptured, and they're totally unprepared.
And there's nothing in the Bible that says that we're not going to go through extreme hardships before whatever happened. And another thing is if you're so arrogant to think that you're going to be the one Christian out of the last 50 million that have suffered persecution or sufferings of any kind, at least stock up for somebody else then. if you're going, at least stock up so somebody can find your stuff.
Is John still with us, sir?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
What do you think of those radios that you crank and then you don't need batteries and you crank them and then it gives you an hour of listening?
I have one of those and they work extremely well. It takes a lot of cranking, but if you use the light, that tends to use up the battery a lot. But as far as just listening to the radio, they're practical and the reception is as good as a much more expensive, much larger set.
Do you have that radio Steve Quayle advertises, that shortwave one?
The Yacht Boy, yes.
Yeah. So you recommend that one?
With one exception, as far as reception goes and use, it is an absolute gem. It really pulls in, and it's compact, and the quality is exceptional. However, be careful to get one that has a lighted dial, because it's very hard to use in total darkness.
That's a good point. You don't think about now. Do you know what website?
Flashlight with one hand and try to tune with the other.
Do you have a website for the listeners out there? They could, you know, where they could get that online and what the name of it is?
No, I pretty much go to Steve Quayle or some of the other ones that handle that.
Yeah, that's what I always say. You know, everybody asks me about preparedness, and when I can tell them, you know, it's what the Lord tells me directly, but what he tells me may not fit for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always a standard thing to at least have, you know, 3 days or a week's worth of stuff sitting around in case something happens.
And anything can happen anywhere, and then you're stuck, because if you're not prepared, you're going to be standing in one of those 15-hour food lines.
Yeah, and another thing is, you know, think of items to trade, because the time's going to come when money means nothing, and a roll of toilet paper will get you a day's worth of food you trade for somebody else.
Oh, that'll be worth toilet paper worth gold. That is true.
I can find items to trade off, you know, and that's definitely one of them.
And sardines, too. They'll go good. After people get sick of tuna, you got some good-tasting sardines. You'll do real fine.
Yeah, you know, dried goods. I know I can't stomach beans, and a lot of people are stacking up on beans and rice, and I'll go for the peanut butter and the oatmeal and cream of wheat and stuff like that. I just, you know.
Right. Well, you know, if you live in an area where you don't have a wood stove or a fireplace, a good thing to buy, and they're very inexpensive, are those little propane stoves.
Yeah.
They're about $20, and you could buy a few cans of propane, and you could cook for a whole week on one of those.
Wow, yeah. Those are cheap at Walmart, too. Those cans of propane go for like $3. And you could literally just get like 50 of them and just, I don't know, do they last forever, or do they run out, leak out, or what happens with those?
They last longer than you would think, because you're not really cooking too long.
No, I mean, if they're just sitting, well, they don't ever go bad, do they? They don't have like a shelf life to them?
Oh, I don't know about a shelf life. They probably last a few years.
Okay, great. So people could stock up on those little things at Walmart. Those little propane stoves and get the extra propane tanks for like $3 a piece, and you're set. Even if worse comes to worse, you can boil a pan of water to stay warm. You can all gather around the steam.
Or even barbecue in a coal.
Yeah.
A barbecue in a fire. But we should put something on our site, Sherry, about being prepared for whatever happens.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it takes a lot of wisdom, you know, and just think ahead and go ahead and do it. You might feel like an idiot, but you know what? How could it ever be a waste of money? It will never be a waste, because then if you had hard times coming and you couldn't afford something, you've got it stocked already.
That's very true.
Is there anything else, John?
No, that's pretty much it. Other than as far as beans go, I found that lentils are excellent because they don't require soaking. They store just as well and just as long as beans, but they're much easier to prepare, and you can have lentil soup in a half an hour. It doesn't take an overnight soak. And also another cheap and very, very good food is the pink salmon in the can. That lasts forever, and it's good, dense, excellent nutrition.
Yeah, the pink salmon.
Yeah, I have a few cans of that, John. That's always good if things aren't too good.
Or tuna. Salmon tastes like tuna to me.
Yeah.
Well, sardines are the key, because when people get sick of all these fishes, they're going to want something different, and get your cans of sardines.
Feed them outside. Thanks for calling in, John.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, you sound like my kids.
Oh, they got some really cool sardines now. They got some in chili sauce and some in garlic sauce.
Oh, I know that some of the things you can stock that just never goes bad is like the big things of oatmeal, or white rice, or peanut butter,
candy bars. People
butter, regular butter.
That's true.
Margarine, you don't have to keep it cold. It's only one element away from plastic. Not saying you should eat it, but it doesn't go bad.
That's true. Anyone listening, you should have a week's supply of bottled water, 2 weeks supply of unperishable food, extra blankets, some type of heater, something to cook, because you never know when the power will go out. We're in a society that's almost totally dependent on electricity, and once that goes, we're literally in the dark.
Yeah, and we know, all of our entire country, and probably this way around the world, is that everybody is so reliant on power grids. And the thing is the Lord is shaking this earth. Isaiah said it was going to wobble to and fro like a drunkard in the last days, and that's exactly what we're doing. We saw alone with this latest tsunami and earthquake that the earth was shaked off its core. It moved about, 2.5 centimeters off its axis?
Backwards on its axis, actually.
And we lost a second.
You have another caller, Sherry.
Okay, yeah, put him on.
Caller, you're up.
Hi, Sherry, it's Trish.
Hello?
Hey, Sherry, can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit.
Can you speak up a little, please?
Hi, it's Trish calling Sherry.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, how you doing?
Pretty good, man.
Who's this?
This is Trish.
Hey, girl.
How you doing, girl?
Good. I didn't recognize you there for a second.
I tried to get on earlier, but I guess I screwed up the phone lines, or something screwing up. But anyway, sheesh, it's very interesting. We're looking at 2004, the day of warning, the year of warning, and then we're looking at 2005, and we're looking at a lot of judgments coming down from the wrath of Yahweh.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if you caught John, our caller before, who in Greek, 2005 means year of judgment.
Really?
Yeah, in Greek it means year of judgment.
Wow,
yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, 2,500 years ago, the Greek culture knew that the year 2005 means year of judgment.
Wow. Well,
So yeah, it's not going to be a cozy year.
I've just been, it's on my heart for a while now that after the new year, that a lot of things are going to change, and that people aren't going to be able to go back to the soft couches, like they used to. It's going to be a little different.
Yeah, they're going to be a little bit shaken up off of their couches.
Yeah, it might be a little different.
Sorry, I can't hear our callers. Anything they could do?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I can hear you, Sherry. I can hear you. But you guys can't hear me, right?
I can hear you, but Pastor Harry can't.
Oh, Pastor Harry. Well, anyway, Yahshua bless you, and we'll just keep going.
We'll keep going. Thanks for calling in.
All right.
It's a lot of God's people getting on the ball now. 2005's coming. It's a time of judgment, and you know what? It's just a lot of people that are being able to discern and hear from the Lord saying, prepare.
I couldn't hear that call, Sherry, but that person was, more people are starting to, I guess God's showing people that something is coming, right?
Oh, yes. I'm hearing it from quite a few. And,